You tell me, is that the Sacramento River or not? Pretty big bridge. Yeah. Maybe I'm not really in Sacramento. Maybe it's all a hoax. Or maybe all my other videos have always been in Sacramento, but I just pretend like I'm in Nashville. It's hard to know with such a dodgy, shifty character such as Nick Shell, which is who I am. Now, let's see what comments I've got to address here. Let's see. See, this is a good one. This helps us in our journey of hair loss, doesn't it? So, Stormy Ascent, who's obviously on a journey, perhaps more so than most people watching my channel. And it's funny because when he leaves a comment, I tend to make a video about it, because I think what he's going through are things that a lot of you are probably either going through now or about to, because Stormy Ascent is in college, a time when you're at a major crossroads and you're really just trying to sort out who you are. So here's a video, on a video I made called Hair Loss Corporate Thrasher, how do I have time to make this much money? Stormy Ascent said this, quote, self-discipline is probably your number one virtue. Successful people have high self-discipline. That's why you're producing content and I'm just writing comments, end quote. Exactly. You know, and it goes back to what I've said before about most people in life are consumers. They sit and wait to be entertained, taught, whatever it is. They often are the ones criticizing. Meanwhile, the minority of people in the world are the ones actually who are the creators. They create for the consumers. Most people are consumers. Few of us are actually creators. And we tend to profit off of it and make money from the process of it, which is exactly my motivation in doing this channel. And then the number two motivation is that I know that I'm actually helping people. So I think there's a good point in this, and that's a good way to kind of wrap up and follow up that video that he's talking about. Is I don't come out and say it all the time, but yeah, I'm absolutely a very disciplined guy, more so than most. I mean, if you've watched the videos where I've made where I talk about how I spend every hour of my day and how I'm making money every minute of every day, I talk about that, and it's true, you know. And there's a lot of things I don't do in life that most people do. I see them as distractions. You know, for me, it's very rare that I would ever sit down and just watch Netflix, because I could be making videos instead of consuming them. I could be creating instead of consuming. The fact that my diet is so strict. I mean, other than Maxwell Smart, who's watching this video, do you know any other male vegans? Of course not. Because most men are too bullheaded to ever accept that they can get enough protein by only eating the 6 parts of the male food groups, or whatever you want to call it, which are vegetables, beans, fruits, nuts, seeds, and grain. And it's funny because right now I weighed myself. I'm 100 and oh, that was creepy. It's the random peacock is back. He like rushed out like a guard dog. That is so weird. I mean, I grew up seeing peacocks in the South, but this is not the South. This is California. It's like, yeah, instead of having a dog, they have a peacock. That's really weird. He's like really protective. All right, so, but yeah, I mean, so I'm 170 pounds right now, and to be 5'9", I'm right on the cusp of being overweight again. And you know me, I mean, I'm always on the move. I'm always doing stuff. So it's just amazing to me that I could still be on the cusp of being overweight again, despite being a vegan. But see, most men are too bullheaded to ever accept that as truth. Most men are too bullheaded to ever accept that there absolutely is a connection between, what's the right word for it? Let's just go with erectile dysfunction as you get older and how much meat you eat. Most men think, Nick, you're so full of baloney. But the thing is, I know that as men get onset diabetes from eating too much meat, and then their penis stops working because they eat too, because it takes your heart harder to process all the cholesterol you consume from meat and eggs and dairy. So let's just see where I am at when I'm 70 years old. I have a feeling everything's going to be working, because I'm very fundamentally opposed to Big Pharma and having to rely on prescription drugs in order to stay alive or to be able to function. So yeah, the point being, I'm more disciplined than most people. And I wonder too if there's a connection, probably, between people who are more disciplined, men who are more disciplined, and men who are more confident, more men who will not allow other people to emotionally affect them, or to let something as superficial and natural as hair loss to bother them. So yeah, you're by subscribing to my channel and watching my 2 or 3 videos a day, you're getting exposed to an exceptionally disciplined man, an exceptionally confident man, who says some unpopular things that a lot of people don't really feel comfortable hearing, but you get to sort that out, as you're exposed to a somewhat unreliable host, because there's no way you're going to agree with everything that I say. I don't need you to agree with anything. And, just like with being a vegan, I don't need you to become a vegan. I already know that I'm in the minority. I already know that I'm one of the rare creators, not a consumer. I know that most men have a mental block. They have identity protective cognition on ever thinking that they can still be healthy, if not healthier, by being a vegan. And of course, in case you don't know, dyshidrotic eczema, Google it, look it up. There's no cure for it. People who have it know that there's no cure for it. You can't go to a doctor and get cured for it. Yet I have been, because I'm a vegan. I couldn't breathe out of one side of my nose for 20 years. Now I can, because I'm a vegan. I was allergic to all animals, like the peacock probably. Now, if it would let me, I'd pet it and nothing would happen, because I'm a vegan. See, I'm smart enough to make a decision like that, to think, you know what? Cause and reaction, cause and effect, right? Just like pornography. So many of you would just wish I would never talking about it again. That's what you wish. But I'm not, because I'm Nick Shell and I can do whatever I want. I'm not, if I lose 1 subscriber every day over it, I'm going to gain 3 more. I know that, because I'm tapping into something that most people are not disciplined enough to process. That, you know what? All these little things in life absolutely come together to form your identity, for better or worse. So I think most of you would agree, despite me having some maybe obscure beliefs in being a really disciplined guy, even to the point that I'm a vegan, I don't even use microwaves. I'm like that extreme. So maybe I should just move out here to California so I can be the true hippie that I am, right? Yes, I'm more disciplined.